So I'm just gonna be real. I'd bitch about it, but I'd pay the $9.99. You
know. If your room is echoey, there's nothing you can do about that unless you put up like the soundproof panels and stuff. But then you can't hang up all your cool shit. So I don't know. I've thought about getting some of those panels and like filling in the spaces close to where I record and see if that helps. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I have two similar thoughts.
Yeah. I got to put on these wonderful blue light filtered lenses or glasses. I have an amber set. It's amber colored lenses. But while those are great when I go out shooting, I don't like watching TV, working on the computer or anything like that with them. These ones, they use special coatings to filter out the blue light, so that's cool. Anyways, good Friday morning, everybody. Welcome to LR Mornings today with Kyle and
Brian.
And Kyle's got to let his cat out because now she wants out. Hold on. Go on, kitty. Yeah.
The kitty cat.
What's funny is yesterday's show, I think it was, I had to stop to let the dog out. So it's been a while since I got to talk to you here on LR Mornings. We were supposed to do some episodes earlier in the week, but I was ill, and yeah, I'm feeling better. It wasn't COVID or anything like that. I thought maybe food poisoning or something like that, but I think it was like some sort of bug that I just got, and it made me feel like shit for a few days. But I'm back. How you been, man?
Pretty good. It's been a crazy week, but nothing bad really. So decent.
That's good. Did you by chance see I broke my promise yesterday?
No.
My promise to not talk about Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, actually I did. I forgot. Yeah, you did promise that. But it, there was a lot of news. So
yeah,
and there may be more to come.
There may be
we'll
more
see.
to come. On top of that, the main reason I did it is Nick had said that he was going to get me off topic. Like that was his goal, was to do what has happened to a lot of our past episodes where we go off the rails and are all over the place and shit. And so I was like, no, this time we're staying on topic, and I got the perfect way to do it, and I managed to do it. He almost got me off topic at the very end to talking Doc Strange, but I managed to connect it, so we were good. I got a question for you, Brian. When Dune comes out next year, in 2021, and I believe Dune is due
October 1.
It's like June, July, isn't it?
October 1.
Is it October 1 now?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, so I got a question. I know you're a huge fan of the Dune property, right? You like the original movie. How many books, if any, have you read of it?
Just the first two.
First two. Okay. So I need to know, man. Are you going to be watching this on what'd you say, October 1st?
October 1st.
Are you going to be watching October 1st on HBO Max or in the theaters?
Both, actually. Yeah, apparently both. at that point, we've had this conversation. I work in a place where I will be vaccinated. I don't think I'll have a lot of choice in that. So at that point, we're October. I'll be vaccinated. I'm very comfortable in saying I'm pretty sure, unless something radical happens, I will be seeing Dune on the IMAX screen. But the cool thing is, after watching it on IMAX, I have the opportunity to see it multiple times, and I'm sure you're going to go into that.
For 31 days. So for those of you that may have missed some of the big news yesterday, Warner Brothers came out and basically smacked Disney in the face.
Yes.
They smacked Netflix in the face. They smacked Apple Plus or whatever it's fucking called.
AMC theaters.
They slapped all of the theaters, honestly. The studio came out and announced that 17 films next year, including the Suicide Squad, Matrix sequel, Dune, Godzilla versus Kong, so many movies, even the Mortal Kombat, which just a couple of weeks ago, I think the director had tweeted out that they weren't going to show anything until they had a solid release date. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, these movies are going to be released day and day for HBO Max and theaters that are open in the United States and across the world. This is going to start with Wonder Woman 1984, which people will remember Brian and I discussing, that Disney should have done this with Black Widow, what Warner Brothers doing with Wonder Woman. But anyways, 31 days, and then it'll stay in theaters for usually it's about 90 days. These non-COVID days, you get about 3-4 months in theaters, and then usually within 4 or 5 months of the theater date, you've got home video. What do you think about this plan, man? This is set 17 movies, day for day, theater and a HBO Max. And here's the kicker, ladies and gentlemen, just like Wonder Woman, all of these movies, if you've got the subscription, are free. No premium VOD during the 31 days is on HBO Max. Brian, your point of view, and do you think this hurts Disney, kills Disney, or forces them to do something radically different, right?
Doesn't kill Disney, but definitely forces their hand. This is shocking. I mean, the entire industry is shocked. There's plenty of articles, plenty of commentary out there. I can't believe this is happening. This is a big deal. And a lot of those films, I'm going to watch them now. Some of them that I probably wasn't even really that excited about, or, minimally excited. It was like, well, shit, I have HBO Max. I'm definitely going to watch them. But now this is a game changer, because, and I was thinking about this earlier yesterday. If Black Widow if they announced tomorrow that Black Widow will hit PVOD for $20-$30, whatever, I would feel cheated.
Yeah, now
and now I would feel cheated, and it's this weird thing now where because we're getting so much content, it's not free. You have to pay for the subscription, but we're getting so much premium content with the monthly subscription. I don't see how Disney can't not do something similar. Now, we know that they have their big thing next, I believe, Thursday the 10th, and I know they had plans. I don't know exactly what there are a lot of rumors as far as what they were going to announce. Well, they may be revising those plans if they don't think they are equal to what we just heard, because this is a game changer. This is a big deal. And I think Warner Brothers is saying this is just for 2021
Yep.
as of now, so it's for the next year. They've been sitting on all these damn movies for months. A lot of them are finished. So, but no, this is a big deal. And like I said, like The Matrix 4, I'm waiting to see what they're going to do with it. But now it's like, well, of course I'm going to watch it. Shit.
Yeah, fuck it. Hell, I'm even now considering next year getting HBO Max now.
Well, and that's their goal,
Yeah,
obviously, is to boost subscription. It would be crazy not to get it at this point when you look at the amount of value you're going to get. I mean, they're producing, I looked at the schedule. I mean, you're looking at almost a major film every single month for the most part. And yeah, it's wild, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it really, look, Brian and I have been talking about the fall of theaters. Even before coronavirus, we were discussing how like your primary theater went from having just all regular stadium seating to getting an RPX big screen, mini IMAX basically, and then they went and started making some screening rooms with the recliners, and now they're all recliners, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that was one of the things theaters were trying to do. Less people, more expensive, but more of an experience, more comfortable experience, something like that. But theaters have been on a downward turn overall, not counting the ridiculous money that Marvel makes them. They've been hurting for a while, and the virus has just all but killed them. There were some early theater deals made with studios. I think Universal was one where they were like,
yes.
Hey, I think it's a 3-week. We'll do 3 weeks on theaters only, no matter what. But before we look at any premium video on demand or whatever. But AMC was really, really upset about this. Their CEO, and it's gonna take me. Actually, Brian, can you bring up the CEO's quote? Easily.
Yeah,
I can send you the it's a big quote, and I don't speak as well, so there is the link in the chat of our Skype.
I have it.
Okay. So this is from the CEO of AMC, and it's in response to the HBO Max thing. Brian, take it away. Hey.
Clearly, this is the quote, clearly Warner Media intends to sacrifice a considerable portion of the profitability of its movie studio division and that of its production partners and filmmakers to subsidize its HBO Max startup, said Aaron, who is also president of AMC Theaters. As for AMC, we will do all in our power to ensure that Warner does not do so at our expense. We will aggressively pursue economic terms that preserve our business. Let me see here. AMC Theaters is already in an immediate and urgent dialogue with Warner Brothers. See, the problem with this, they've already made the declaration this is what's happening. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? I don't see how you go back on it. The only thing I could imagine is if they try to cut them in somehow, but why would they?
I don't remember how it goes, but like the first... when we talk like stats, money stats with movies, most people do the simple math thing of saying double the budget, and that's what you have to make to break even. And that's because the budgets that we see don't necessarily include all of the PR stuff, transporting the stars all over the country and world for interviews, the marketing, all of that stuff goes together. So when we look at a movie that has a claimed budget of 150 million, we say, okay, that movie needs to make roughly 300 million worldwide to break even. The first night out, movies, certain studios have deals, and certain theaters have deals where like a large percentage of opening night goes to one or the other. I can't remember exactly. Nick would know, but the point is you've got people like you and I, regardless of the vaccine, unless we have somebody in the risk groups, you and I are pretty comfortable going to a theater, sitting with social distance and wearing a mask, right? Like right now, well, if there was a good movie out to see, if you didn't have, I know you've got susceptible people, but you would go, right?
I'm not as of this second right now. I would not go in the month of December.
Oh, because of the uptick. But I'm not talking about the uptick.
Yeah.
I'm just talking in general. Like you've said before, you weren't afraid.
I go to work every day, and I'm around a lot of people.
Yeah, same here, and I love the movie theater experience. But then, like I've said before, I make fun of him, but he's completely entitled to his feelings. Jammer, he's like, I don't want to touch a theater till 2022, and he's under 35, so he's survival rate of like 99.8% or whatever. I really wonder how many people are going to go to the theater to see Wonder Woman, and then the rest of the movies afterwards. Do you? Because like I said, I don't have HBO Max yet, but I plan on getting it because of this. Do you think after 2021 is over, do you think they keep their subscribers?
Possibly. HBO has a lot of good content, HBO Max, but I don't know. 2021 is going to be an interesting year because I can't wait to see what Disney's counter to this is.
Yes.
That's going to be a big factor. Now we have a legit competition because Netflix is the king and Disney was coming up. HBO Max was sort of the one not doing what they thought they were going to do.
Right.
This changes that. I foresee a boom of subscriptions. Now, the question is, like you said, I don't know what the theater situation is going to be in 2021, even the end of it, even going into 2022, because I could tell you right now, the city I'm in, a lot of the cities around me, there are no open theaters. Zero. Zip. I would have to go to another city to see a film on the big screen. And I don't know how big, I'm not sure throughout the U.S. what the scene is looking like. And with what's happening now, how many theaters are going to go under?
Yeah.
What percentage of theaters will be here in 2022? I don't think the theater business is going away. I just think it's going to hit a point where it's definitely not going to be as profitable as it was, say, a year ago.
Yeah. You and I have discussed this too, that this hybrid thing, while it is a good idea, it could potentially bring about the fall of theaters faster, like AMC is worried about. I think it was Regal. I had mentioned earlier this year, I said, bigger cities like where I live, my whole metropolitan area is not huge. It's like 1.6 million, but there's like within 20 miles of my house, I have access to like 12 theaters. I'm not kidding. It's ridiculous. A lot of theaters around here, and Regal.
Are they still open?
Some. Regal closed one of its locations here, which is something I said earlier this year. I said you're going to see these theaters. They're going to start that have multiple theaters in one area. They're going to start looking at what's the lowest performing one, and they're going to let their leases go, and they're going to close up. And some of that's going to hurt shopping centers and malls and things like that. What's your take on that?
Absolutely. I was talking about this news with my sister, and she has a really nice, much better than mine, surround sound, really nice TV, 4K, the whole nine, huge. She's got a good setup, and she got excited, and she's like, "Wow, I can do little movie parties." She was thinking, for different, some of the bigger films, like, oh yeah, people can come over. Suicide Squad was one that came up. Like, oh, we know a lot of people that are excited about that movie. And at that point, most of us expect to be vaccinated. And just the idea of people going to how people have nice systems now.
Yeah, yeah.
And we've gotten, and this was the fear, we talked about this, going a whole year without a theater, getting used to it.
Yes.
And that's, I think we're getting there, man. I think obviously there's going to be those who are still willing to run out, but I think a lot of us, myself included to a degree, has gotten used to not going to the movies. I go to the movie every single month for my whole life.
Yeah.
And now for a year I haven't. And I've gotten used to it. So there's a convenience factor too, the fact that I'll be able to just turn on my TV and watch any of these films as they drop. I don't know, man. It's not looking good for theaters. But when it comes to specialty screens, let me say this. That's why Dune. I absolutely want to see that on IMAX.
Yeah.
I have to. Like that's something I really want to do. So I completely
and
intend
a real
on doing that.
IMAX, not the
no legit
mini Max.
no yeah
we have a mini Max on the south side. I have to go up north across the bridge and tunnel to get to real IMAX.
Yes, it's similar to me. We have the smaller version closer to where I live, but I have to go to another city to the big one. But it's not that far.
Yeah,
and I have no issues going, and I completely intend to go.
Yeah. Dune is one I would like to see in the theaters. The Suicide Squad, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pay money to go see that in the theaters. Matrix, Mortal Kombat. I think there's a new Conjuring movie.
Yes. I will watch those, but probably not in theaters.
Yeah, those are all going to... The Matrix, like, really, unless it looks like fucking amazing, that's going to be a at-home thing. So here's the question. So we know what Warner Brothers is doing. We know how it could hurt the theater industry. Jammer believes that the big corporations, they're going to cut a lot. And Jammer thinks you're going to see a rise in more privately owned, individually owned, or small group owned theaters. What do you think that'll be likely, or do you think we're just going to see a reduction in screens? Period. No matter what.
He may be right there. I think he's probably right on it, because I think as far as it being a major business, the way it's been operating now, there's only like 2 major companies in the U.S. at this point. They bought everything up.
Yeah. I
don't see it being that profitable, at least for the next several years. So, yeah, that could be the case. I don't. It's just wild. We sitting back. We always knew this kind of stuff was coming, but like you said, I didn't expect it to be this quick.
No,
this has changed.
And this many movies, the whole slate, their whole year.
I would have never guessed that.
Never.
I mean, we've talked about them picking and choosing which films, but for them to just be like, no, the whole year, 2021. And like we said, though, a lot of these films, for the most part, are done.
Yeah,
they're already
they're in the
losing
can.
money.
They're
in
more
the can.
they're more done than Zack Snyder's Justice League.
But
You like that one?
You're probably right though. But yeah, I think it's such a. I just want to know what Disney's going to do, because I hold by what I said earlier. If you asked me to spend
money
on Black Widow, I'm going to feel cheated, and because I know they don't have to do that.
Yeah,
and I see,
but
it puts them in a. I don't know.
Here's the question, though, from a business point. Because first off, I'm going to say one of my favorite things, paraphrasing a bit, but academic pedigree does not beat a logical argument ever. Like, I don't give a shit what degrees people got. So I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I went to business school. So a lot of these situations, I look at from a business point of view, and we were just talking about, movie costing $150 million. You got to make $300 million to break even, give or take. Is there a way that Warner Brothers keeps this up? This hybrid thing, and still make $150-200 million movies? Or do you think that this year, plus Warner Brothers doing what they're doing in 21, do you think that's pretty much the nail in the coffin for big budget movies?
Not necessarily. I think it depends. Two major factors. One, I think they're only really. I think the AMC guy is right. They're only doing this to bolster HBO Max. I think that's the core of why they're doing this. But it depends on the foreign box office. That's where it's all going to lie.
Yeah.
I think if the foreign box office, because Tenet still made some money. I mean, it didn't make a whole lot of money, but it did okay.
Yeah.
And so if they can generate that kind of money and still boost their HBO Max subs, they'll be completely happy with that. But as far as spending $150-200 million in the immediate future, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Like you said, maybe in 2023, at that point, maybe, I don't know. And going back to what I was saying about Disney, Black Widow is something I really do want to see. I've been wanting to see it for quite some time. Would I break down and spend money on it? Probably. But would I for, say, Shang-Chi or Eternals? Not necessarily, man. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know that I would.
Yeah.
At that, I don't know. I have no real excitement for those particular films. Yeah, they're gonna have to blow me away, especially if they're gonna ask me to pay more money to see them.
So,
and it is a weird thing to say that
now
I don't want to pay money for your movie. Yeah, because but look, Warner Brothers just sort of changed the whole game.
Well, there's the next part of the conversation, Brian. If you're Disney, what do you do right now? What do you do on their big call or event, whatever they got going on soon? What do you do, Brian, as the head of Disney?
I might do the same thing.
Just copy 100%.
I might copy. I might say for 2021. They don't have a whole lot of movies planned, but they have a handful of major ones. I would say for 2021, if you're a Disney Plus sub, bam, you get it for free. Or you have the option, if there happens to be a theater near you open, you can go watch it in the theater. I don't see how they can do anything else, to be completely honest, because they can't rely solely on theaters, because HBO or Warner or whoever, they are right in thinking that, there aren't as many theaters open. And look, I believe this past week, New York just shut their theaters back down.
Yeah.
So we don't know how things are going to play out for the next several months in terms of what cities and states are even going to allow theaters to open. So Disney, may not have a choice. They certainly can't sit on their these movies for another year. I know that.
Mm-mm.
So they have to release them. So the question is, what do they do? I think they have to copy. Because charging, they look at the shit they got for Mulan.
Yeah.
Now,
And that was ridiculous. I was so angry at people bitching about it, but it's because, like you said, it's expected. If you have excuse me, if you have a streaming service that you pay a subscription for, and you've been watching it, Disney Plus now for a year, other things like Netflix for, however many years. Are subscribers enough? Here's the one plus thing that Disney has going for them. Haha, Disney plus thing. Anyways, merchandise. Movies make money multiple ways, or studios make money multiple ways from a movie, from the film itself, in theaters, to home videos, sales, soundtrack, and of course merchandising. I think that's what's going to help save Disney's bottom line. Yeah. But as a business person, and knowing that vaccines are coming, and that 2022 should be fairly normal, do I dare to try to bridge the gap? Do I dare make Black Widow say $9.99 one time for the 31 days? And any other future tent poles, do you think $9.99 would be too much? Like freeze it now, or could they? Because man, you gotta make money, and merchandise is a good one. But it's not the only thing, and I wonder how it's going to affect home video sales, because after the 31 days and it just stays in theaters, it doesn't come back to HBO Max immediately. It could be a year before you see it on HBO Max for free, but you're going to have the opportunity to buy Blu-rays and stuff. What do you think about that idea, Brian? $9.99 for Disney's premium movies, doing what Warner Brothers, but trying to make some money off of it.
So I'm just going to be real. I'd bitch about it, but I'd pay the $9.99. I'm just going to be, if it was, because to me, I would, Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, I would pay $10.
Yeah.
I would complain.
Now, 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. I would have been ecstatic 2 weeks ago for a $9.99 price tag. But like I said, Warner Brothers sort of changed the game with this announcement. They would get crap for it, but I don't know. It all depends on whether or not people would still pay.
Yeah.
Like you said. And as far as merchandise, you're 100% right. There's a lot of money to be made there. You guys had an amazing piece the other day about how Mandalorian has created a new buzz around Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah.
So you have a lot because most people hadn't watched those shows. So now they're going back and they're watching those shows now. So they're seeing a huge spike in those two shows. And I'm sure people are like, wow, I would love an Ahsoka shirt or figure or whatever. You know what I mean? So now all of a sudden there's more merchandise opportunities popping up for two shows that had, a relatively small fan base, but it's growing now. Disney Plus, their strategy thus far has been pretty damn good, even though we felt that they've had a lack of content. Their strategy has been good. I think between Kevin Feige and the powers that be at Disney, they're sitting in a room right now strategizing and reevaluating how they're going to roll out whatever it is they're going to roll out on the 10th. And I would bet on Disney at this point because they really dropped the ball in terms of winning. Mulan was their one failure.
That was so bad.
But yeah, we'll see. I am curious, man. I'm way more excited about next week now.
Do you? I actually believe there's at least a 51% chance that Disney charges. Do you think it's likely or not?
I think they always. I think they were intending on charging.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not they keep that is the question. Yeah, I don't know. I think they intended on it.
What if they did it as a one time deal, kind of like how you can get I know Hulu comes in a package with Disney Plus, but let's pretend you just got plain Hulu. You could get the one without ads or the one with ads. With ads is cheaper. Without ads costs more. What if Disney it's a one-time thing, it's a 1 year PVOD subscription, right? One year. It's a one-time thing, but you get full access the whole time that the movies like Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, whatever are on Disney Plus. But you got to buy it for $29.99, and then it's like Disney plus or whatever.
If they presented it properly, that would be smart, because I mean, let's look at the numbers. HBO Max costs way more than Disney Plus subscription. So the argument could be Disney Plus is saying, well, we can't give you all that content free because, we're not charging you nearly as much as HBO Max. Look how much they're charging you per month. So if they created some way of saying, hey, you're right, either pay a one-time deal or a premium service for another $5 a month or whatever, some kind of thing where you're going to get these premium films as they drop on the service. I think there is a way to sell that. I do, and what I would do if I was them is I would undercut HBO Max by a couple dollars, with whatever it is, and say, look, it's cheaper. And we're giving you this, the same thing. Them asking for
it'll be a 1 year subscription, one-time fee. Yeah.
Because I mean, they were clever in having it very cheap up front, so everybody would subscribe. I mean, it was smart move, and obviously, I'm sure it'll go up over time, like Netflix constantly does, and Hulu. But I think I wouldn't be mad at that. I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't. I would think that to me, that would be fair.
Yeah.
But they've got to be really clever with how they market it, though.
Yeah. You'd have to come out and really just put it up as a package deal and even maybe, excuse me. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I don't drink coffee in the morning. I drink soda. I just keep thinking. I keep looking at these numbers that I wrote down, the $150 million budget, and I'm just like, man, it could take 2-3 years for some areas to recover fully to where the theaters are fully staffed again, and people are actually going and all of that. And I know the 2021 movies, their budget's already sealed and everything like that, but I'm just afraid we're gonna lose the big budget film, man. I really think you're right. People are used to being here at home watching their movies, and with nice setups like your sister. My setup is okay. Like, I don't see how you can keep making these big movies if you're giving it away for free. That's why I think the premium subscription once up front, and it's good for 365 days. I think that's a way to try to put a couple extra quarters in the piggy bank.
Yeah, I don't disagree. The way you presented it there, I think that is something they could do. Whether or not that's what they do, I don't know.
And they could offer like additional make it really seem like a package, not just the premium stuff, but two extra screen / devices, or they already offer the access to 4K, but they sweeten the pot with something else, and they message it as it's a package plan, similar to everybody else's packages, the cheap one with ads, or the one that only allows one screen, and then you've got the next one up that allows like 4 devices, but it's $5 more. I really do think if they make it as a package, they could sell it, and I think they would make good money off of it. I do.
To me, that's a better choice than charging $30 for Black Widow. I see that as a disaster if they go down that route.
That ship has completely set. You're right. That would be a huge disaster. I honestly, I think, like you said, people would complain no matter what. I think they could probably, with people like you and I, first off, I would like to go see it in theater. So if it gets a day and day simultaneous release, my family will go to the theater to see it. Unless things are getting worse, or whatever with the virus. But I just like I said, just the business guy in me just keeps screaming. We're even with merchandise, we can't make big budget movies if people don't go to the theaters. So go ahead.
Like you said, in Disney, they are. I mean, for them, they're sort of in a worse spot with this. You're right, as far as the big budget theaters, because they have already slated films like Doctor Strange, Thor. They got these movies that are going to require a lot of money to make.
Yes.
And so, if we're creating an environment where you're not going to get the proper return on your investment, what do you do for the next 3-4 years? Because they've already got these movies laid out. They already sort of know what they're going to do and what the budgets are going to be, which I would assume most are in the 120 to 170 million range. And so you're right. It does put them in a bit of a bind, more so than a lot of the other companies. It's got me scared for Dune, I'll say, over on the Warner Brothers side. although it could be beneficial in that they're not going to be looking at the numbers as closely. Maybe they'll go ahead and greenlight that second part. But that's a movie that's going to require a lot of money as well. So, So I don't know, but Disney. My God, I mean, we've talked about it on here. That I believe it's the 10th as their big whatever. Holy shit, is everybody going to be watching now? This is all eyes on Disney.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess to try to wrap it all up, Warner Brothers has single-handedly potentially changed the entire movie industry, quite possibly forever, by doing this.
Yes.
Simply because, like you said, people are used to it now. They're used to being at home. You used to watching their movies at home, and it's gonna take a while for things to get to whatever the new normal will be. The December 10th meeting, by the way, is called Investor Day. It's going to be virtual, of course, and it's really going to focus on streaming. So I doubt we'll hear anything about theater dates other than maybe some MCU stuff, but it's going to be combined with whatever their response to Warner Brothers is. And I think the best thing they could do is offer a PVOD / enhanced package. That's the absolute best thing you can do, Disney.
What's the highest you think they could go? You said what, 29 or 39?
Yeah, $29.99.
Do you think a 59.69 would be ridiculous?
I do. I don't think you could get anybody for much more than $30. I really don't. Even as a one time thing, money wise, I think honestly, charging per movie, of course, is the best way to make money. But you're not going to make money that way because people are going to be mad that you're charging. I think $30 is reasonable. It puts money in the bank, and it allows them to build this into their system. It allows them to continue to do simultaneous releases with some movies, maybe not all, but some of their movies. And if you maintain that subscription, even in 2024, you could potentially see a movie that is, in theaters at home. So yeah, I think $30 is good. Do you think, would you pay 50 or 60 for that?
Probably not. But I was thinking of like video game price. I was thinking, what's a high end price that a lot of people pay for entertainment? And what is that? And video games usually in the $60-$70 range. Yeah. And that's a very popular industry.
$30 is good. You'd pay $30 for a year.
Yes, I would
package,
absolutely.
Right?
If they came out with something like what you described and it was like $29.99 or whatever, I would have zero issues paying for that. To see those 3 movies alone would be worth that price. Those 3 MCU films, and my assumption was there would be more than just those 3 films included over the course of the year. But yeah, those 3 alone would be worth $30.
Here's the funny thing. What happens with Spider-Man 3?
Man,
does Sony try to? Because Crackle is dead. People that don't know, Crackle was Sony's attempt to do what HBO and Disney and everybody else is doing. Fucking Discovery Channel Network now has Discovery Plus subscription for like all of the science discovery, food. I think even HGTV. They're all they got their own streaming service now.
Yeah.
So Sony, what with Spider-Man 3 coming out, like what does Sony do?
Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't there rumors that they may have some announcements later today? Like I'd heard there was something going on today.
Sony?
There was some kind of event going on. I don't know if it was specifically Sony, but I think they may have been there. See if you can find.
Sure.
I may be wrong. I read something about. There's a lot of little events over the next couple of weeks, and I want to say I'd heard that Sony was going to be at something later today. I could be wrong.
Sony event. For December
4th.
That's what I said. For December. Yeah. It's all PlayStation stuff. Excuse me. There's a state of play, I think, coming up from Sony.
That might have been on the 10th, what I was
according
seeing.
to Business Insider. Let's see. Maybe, I don't know. I can't find everything. Anyways, so yeah, that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Huge fucking deal. Let us know in the comments what your guys' plans are for these movies. Are you going to go to theaters? Are you going to stay at home? Would you be willing to pay a one-time, or at least, once per year, extra money to Disney if they did the same thing, simultaneous, releases, the hybrid release. Let us know if you guys are down with that, and how much is too much. I do. I think right now, if I'm Feige and Iger, I'm like, tell them they get two extra screens, and even not lie, but say 8K potential, because 8K is available, and there are some things that are. So you just make it, you wrap it up in a nice present and sell it as the next tier. There's the word I've been looking for. Tier. So yeah. Brian, any last word?
Last thing real quick. I know we're going long, but
no, that's fine.
So we knew, like I said, we've been talking about it. We know Disney has their thing next week. Do you think Warner Brothers, how long do you think they were sitting on this? Because that was my first thought when there was those rumors about Kong versus Godzilla.
Right.
That it was going to go, to possibly Max. So those rumors were floating. But correct me if I'm wrong, I've heard nothing from anyone about this.
No.
We knew rumor.
Wonder Woman.
Yes.
Which was a rumor up until a couple weeks ago, but it was confirmed, and we were right. The only weird thing is really what I can't stand Warner Brothers doing, and it's stupid, especially because of piracy. But the releasing of shit overseas ahead of the U.S. is dumb.
Yeah.
You don't realize how many people are really that lazy and that cheap. They will watch a shitty fucking theater rip for free.
Yeah, and also spoilers. It annoys the hell out of you.
Yeah.
But my question is, was Warner Brothers like, okay, Disney has a big announcement next week? Do you think they know what each other are doing, or like clearly this is somewhat of a warfare betwing the two?
Yeah.
And I'm just curious if they were sitting on this decision for a long time, or if this was a last minute thing.
I think this decision was made within the last 2 weeks, and I think it was made mostly based on the reaction to Wonder Woman's announcement and how people felt about it, and all the positive feedback that they saw from the fact that it's free for the 31. Well, not free, but it comes with your subscription, no additional cost. I think all of that positive talk, and them being like, we got to get these movies out so we could sell some merchandise and actually make some money. I think it's within the last 2 weeks, man. I think they were prepared for some movies like Wonder Woman to do this, but I don't think the whole lineup was a done deal until very recent. What do you think?
No, I agree, because anyone who calls, every insider that I track, nobody, this hit everybody out of nowhere. Yeah. Nobody saw this coming. Everybody was shocked by this.
Yeah.
And so my only thought was, well, maybe they knew what Disney was going to, maybe they have some kind of information. They know what they're going to do, and they tried to, get one over on them.
Yeah.
Do, because it's strategically exactly a week before Disney's event, or whatever they're going to present. So the timing is just too coincidental. It's not.
Yeah.
It's on purpose.
Well, I'll say this. I'm not quite sure what time it'll come out. Some of you may have noticed that yesterday we didn't cover the story very much at all on the website. That's because Mike, I think he goes by Shocky on the articles. He's doing a very specific piece. There were already so many articles out there. He didn't want to do just here's what Warner Brothers is doing. He wanted to do something a little bit deeper. So that's why we didn't get something on the site yesterday. But keep an eye out for Mike's piece today. Yeah. We're gonna be talking about this for a while, man.
20 for a year.
Yeah, for a year. Let me last question. With this move, do you think this will force more transparency in streaming services, subscriber numbers, and performance of movies and stuff? Do you think that in order to comfort shareholders, do you think it forces that?
You hit it right there with saying shareholders, because they're doing it this way. So if the film isn't performing necessarily great in the theater, they're going to be questioning, well, how is it doing streaming? You know, that is absolutely going to be questioned. But it's going to be a combination of things where they'll be able to sort of fudge the numbers, and depending on subscribers. If subscribers are doing really well that particular month, even if the views weren't that high, they can always point at subscribers. Say,
we ways to spin numbers.
So they have a little wiggle room as far as what they share and how they share. But no, I do agree they're going to have to, because you're right, everyone's being secretive as far as streaming numbers. No, this changes that, because the success or failure of a film now is no longer completely reliant on its box office take. So no, I agree that that's going to change. How, I don't completely know, but it's definitely going to change.
Got it. Oh man, I agree. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for spending almost an hour with us today. Sorry for missing out a couple days earlier in the week. Hopefully next week will be all better. There might be some changes coming to the show, depending on some stuff going on with my absent co-host. But LR Mornings is definitely a LRM mainstay, and it will continue to be around with me and whoever else is available if those changes do happen. But anyways, check out LRMonline.com every day for all of your entertainment news, needs, and opinions. The YouTube channel, we're starting to put our podcasts up on the YouTube channel. So if you're like, you don't want to use an app or something, like you don't want to download or whatever, Spotify or some shit, you can go to YouTube and catch LR Mornings and the Cantina podcast, where we're right now covering Mandalorian. And I'm working on getting some back catalog stuff uploaded there. So please subscribe to the YouTube channel for that, as well as the celebrity interviews and the podcast network, man. Wherever you get podcasts from, Spotify, SoundCloud, all of it, we're there and we're free. So please subscribe, share us with some friends and family. The more subscribers we get, the happier the bosses are, and the happier they are, the looser their wallet becomes. So yeah, do that. Brian, you are absolutely slaying YouTube by covering some very unique things. What are you doing over there, man?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube. The channel is Pulp Mythos, PULPMYTHOS, if that's one word. And yeah, we just did The Undoing, Fargo. We're going to be starting Your Honor this Sunday. We will be doing The Stand later this month. So yeah, check out that content.
Yeah, definitely. Brian, Spencer, Larry are those are your two main guys, right?
Yeah.
Has your sister ever been on?
She hasn't. We've talked about it. That may change in the near future. Occasionally it's just me. I just put up a show yesterday. It was just myself.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah. My sister did an LRM Ranks It with me with the Ninja Turtles. It was quite good. It was a lot of fun. So you guys can find me at that Kyle Malone on Twitter. and Facebook. If you're an older person, I mean, I am on Facebook, but I was just making a joke about the old people using it. At that Kyle Malone. Thank you guys so much for listening today and this week. I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and we will talk to you on Monday.